Hey everybody, it's Professor Hatch, and I am here to talk about the American Genocide Outline Assignment. You've more than likely already watched the video I recorded for, I hope you have anyway, for the overall essay, but this is where I want to get into a little more detail about how I would recommend going about organizing your essay. So I'm going to share my screen. So here's the assignment page. Um, this is just the assignment for the outline. For the full essay prompt, you can click on this link. It'll open it up here. We've already talked about that though. So you only really need to come up with the following things. You don't need to worry about the conclusion for this outline at all. For the intro, you only need to worry about a thesis statement. So for and then the 3 body paragraphs, you need a topic sentence, context, evidence, which is going to be a quote. And then for the first 2 body paragraphs, you need a transition. You don't need a transition when you're going into the conclusion. So no transition for body paragraph 3, but you do need the other 3 elements from the paragraphs above. So here I include a link to the English 1A outline template, which I'm going to click on now. And look at that, it opens up right away. How awesome is that? I'm going to download this thing onto my computer here. And it just occurred to me that I actually need to stop my screen share and share my entire screen, or at least this monitor. All right, cool. So this is the outline template for the essays you'll be writing in my class. Good times. Once again, let's go back over here. Get rid of that. These are the things you need. So let's start by making this outline look a little more like what's in the assignment prompt. I'm going to get rid of these 2 things from the intro. And this is just an example of how you would incorporate 2 pieces of evidence into 1 paragraph. You do not need to do that for this. In fact, I'm just asking you not to do that for this assignment. So topic, sentence, context, evidence. We don't need analysis. And we'll skip all that and go right to transition. So we need those 4 things with for that body paragraph. And then same, those 4 things for that body paragraph. And then nothing for anything else there. All right, so the next thing, you've got intro here with a thesis statement that's required, a body paragraph 1 and 2 and 3. What are we gonna do with these body paragraphs? And this is kind of up to you, but if I were the one writing this essay, I would start by determining where it is we are at. So let's go back over here once again. Let's actually go to that full essay prompt. And let's look at the 10 stages of genocide. And again, they are classification, symbolization, discrimination, dehumanization, organization, polarization, preparation, persecution, extermination, and denial. I don't think we're at extermination, which means we can't be at denial. Are we at persecution? It kind of depends who you are. Arguably, yeah. Are we at preparation? I don't know. This really, we are not at Nazi Germany yet in this country, but there are definitely groups of people in this country who are talking this way. But where are we actually? So genocide is always organized. This is stage 5, usually by the state, often using militias, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if we are even at the organization stage. And again, these can all happen simultaneously. What I absolutely know just from looking at the news on a regular basis over the years, without question, we are at these first four stages. So I'm going to argue that we're at the dehumanization stage for the purposes of this example. Could we also be at polarization? Hell yes, we could be there. And like, that's more true the more marginalized you might be. If you are a, I don't know, a queer Native American trans woman, yeah, you've got just your everyday right to exist and work and live in this world is much more difficult than it is for me, a middle-aged het cis white man. So that's just the truth of the country we live in. Anyway, definitely I see us at the dehumanization stage. So I am going to just use that. And I'm going to go back over here to the outline, and I'm going to start my thesis statement, but I'm not going to finish it. After looking at the 10 stages of genocide handout, I'm putting that in quotes because that's how you format the title of a smaller work like a handout like this. If it were a larger work like a book or a film, then it would be no quotes and it would be italicized. After looking at the 10 stages of genocide handout, comma, it is clear to me we are in stage 4, which is the dehumanization stage. Might whatever. I'm just going to leave it like that. That is not a complete thesis statement yet, but this lets me know, me the person writing this assignment, and me your professors that grade this, lets me know where this essay is going. What is the big picture for this essay? Okay, stage 4. So for the first paragraph, I'm just going to put in here define stage 4, and then evidence of stage 4. And then I'm going to do the same for the third body paragraph, evidence of stage 4. I'm going to define what it is, and then I'm going to find sources, which I'm not going to make you watch me find sources in this video because that would suck for all of us. But I'm going to define what it is, and the quote I'll be using to define what stage 4 is literally straight from this. I'm going to take not this entire paragraph, but I'm going to look at various bits of this, and I'm going to decide what it is I can use from this for a paragraph, or for a quote, I should say, for body paragraph 1. So let's start with a topic sentence. I'm going to use something like America is currently at stage 4, and I'm going to put in parentheses dehumanization. Uh, on the 10 stages of genocide handout. And I'm actually going to, the entire title is capital T. I'm going to put this in quotes again. And then he actually spells it out. He doesn't use the number. 10 stages of genocide handout. Okay, is this a beautiful topic sentence? Obviously not, but it's doing exactly what it needs to do. America is currently at stage 4, dehumanization, on the 10 stages of genocide handout. I'm just going to make you, since we have this here, I'm just going to make you watch me do this just as an example. This is the only one I'll do. Dehumanization says one group denies the humanity of the other group. Members of it are equated with animals, vermin, insects, or diseases. Okay. I'm just going to use this right here. Copy. go back over to my thing. So this is what I'm going to use for my quote. According to the handout, okay, vermins, insects, or diseases, and then don't forget we got a cite. So how do we cite this? It's a PDF, but you know what? This is all by Gregory Stanton. So I'm just going to go with Stanton and no comma, just a blank space. And then what page is this on? Probably page 1. Yeah, it's 2 pages, so it's page 1. All right. So Stanton, blank space, 1, and there is a perfectly cited quote in MLA format. So there's my quote. So then dehumanization, according to the handout, one group denies the humanity. Okay, so dehumanization, that's spelled, dehumanization occurs when the basic humanity of a group is called into question by another group. Um, Former President Trump frequently painted immigrants trying to gain access to our country as a criminal threat. Okay, there's some context. I'm just setting up the quote. 1, 2 sentences tops usually is all you need, maybe a third sentence, but dehumanization occurs when the basic humanity of a group is called into question by another group. Former President Trump frequently painted immigrants trying to gain access to our country as a criminal threat. According to the handout, one group denies the humanity of the other group. Members of it are equated with animals, vermin, insects, or diseases. Stanton 1. Now, what should follow this in a full essay would be minimum 3 sentences of analysis explaining how and why that quote supports the idea described in the topic sentence. So how does that quote show that it supports the topic sentence that we're currently at stage 4 of the genocide handout? We're not going to do that with this video. And then the next thing I need is a transition. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that I've already got my quotes for the next 2 body paragraphs. Again, I'm not going to make you watch me do that, and I don't feel like it. But anyway, so transition. We can see evidence of this dehumanization and we can see evidence of this dehumanization in the way the public has treated or spoken of Asian Americans after former President Trump called the coronavirus. Jesus, I hate that. Coronavirus. The Chinese virus. Okay. And now that's just off the top of my head. I actually don't recommend you come up with a transition before you come up with your topic sentences. What I recommend is you come up with all of your topic sentences first, and then all of your get your quotes, and then do the context, do the transitions. So evidence of stage 4. I don't know. COVID related hate toward Asian Americans. This is what I'm doing with this body paragraph. And then I'm going to come up with a topic sentence that says, something along the lines of after Donald Trump called the coronavirus, the Chinese virus, rise in hate crime toward Asian Americans was seen. Something like that. You can see how this begins to work. So the important point that I'm trying to get to you is, and I will save this, by the way, and upload it to the files section, which in Canvas is over here on the left. It's like the fifth, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the fifth link down is files. And it will be here under assignment examples. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there that may or may not apply to this semester. I would actually say, I'm just going to delete this because it does not apply to this semester, and it's not going to apply to this semester. Neither is this. In any case, I'm going to upload this. It'll be called English 1A, American Genocide Outline Example. It'll be in here. You can take a look at it. And yeah, I guess that's all I need to say. This is probably already hitting the 20-minute mark, which is plenty long. I think we can all agree. All right. Is there anything else I want to say about this? No, not really. To sum up, decide what you're going to do with your 3 body paragraphs. I would start my first body paragraph by defining what stage I think we're in. Like, again, for this example, I'm saying we're in stage 4. But whatever stage you see us in, define that stage. And then the second body paragraph, one example of this country being in that stage. And the third body paragraph, another example of us being in that stage. And you're going to be finding those quotes from reliable journalism sources, which I talked about in the video for the full essay prompt. I think that's everything I need to say. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to share my screen again. Let's go back to the outline template that I was working on. So we've got the idea of COVID-related hate toward Asian Americans. What would be another example off the top of my head? Let's just say, I don't know, Trump's depiction of the immigrant caravan. This is from a few years back, if y'all remember that. If you don't, I'm jealous. So after looking, and now what we need to do, now that we know what we're doing with all 3 body paragraphs, we need to finish the thesis statement. And the thesis statement is heavily informed by the topic sentences in all 3 body paragraphs. This one says we're at stage 4 on the 10 stages chart. This one says something along the lines of, the rise in hate crimes toward Asian Americans after Trump called the coronavirus the Chinese virus. And this one is going to say something about the way Trump depicted the immigrant caravan. Hell, maybe I could talk about the the kids in cages thing, where we were separating immigrant children from their families. So in fact, I'm just going to say that'll be what my topic sentence is going to be for body paragraph 3. So the 10 stages, after looking at the 10 stages, it is clear to me that we are in stage 4, which is the humanization stage. And this can be seen by the rise in hate crimes toward Asian Americans during the pandemic, and our policy of separating immigrant children from their families, which hopefully we're not doing anymore. I wish I actually knew the answer to that right now. Anyway, so now I have a complete thesis statement, which is saying this is where we're at, right? And then this can be seen by these 2 things. So the first part of the thesis is the point, and the last part of the thesis are your supporting points for the overall argument. And that lets me know that, hey, this thesis statement lets me know that the first body paragraph is going to be defining stage 4 and talking about that. The second body paragraph is going to be about the rise in hate crime toward Asian Americans during the pandemic. And the third body paragraph is going to be about the kids in cages shit. Okay, so I'm going to save this thing and then I'm going to upload it to the file section. And in the meantime, nothing else. You'll be working on this week. We'll be going over this in class tomorrow night. It's currently Monday, 8 o'clock at night. So we'll be talking about this tomorrow afternoon in class. And if you aren't in class and you're watching this video and you have questions after watching this video, by all means, text me on Remind. Probably it's not a good idea to text me on Sunday, the day this is due, because my weekends are usually pretty filled up with obligations to my mother, who I'm taking care of, which if you were in the first class, then you know that. But, you know, text me whenever. If it's Sunday, the day this is due, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And that's everything I need to say. Thanks for hanging out this long. We're probably at 25 minutes now, maybe more. I will talk to you in class. Have a good one.